Oh, that's right. We didn't get Coach of the Year, but Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back, 4-time MVP, baby. Whew! Suck on that, rest of the league.
Peyton Manning, still better, Tom. Still better.
Oh, baby! We here. We are here. Beanie Boys. We here. That's right, folks. The final edition of the Grossi Perna Show during the 2021-2022 NFL season as the Super Bowl is nigh. It is nigh. Brandon Perna. That's not me. That over there, Tom Grossi.
Tom Grossi. Thomas Grossi. Me.
That's it. We here for another edition of GP. We here. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Back to back Super Bowl viewer. True.
Cool. What up, Jared? What up? Thank you.
Mike. Waiting 2 weeks, Super Bowl night. Grossi and Perna will break down the fight. Get in your bets with DraftKings, all right? Because we all ready for the Super Bowl night. Let's get it, baby! Woo! We dropping those bars. Halftime show. That's it. Dark Knight just got beat by Mike. Just got beat by Mike. Oh!
The code for GPS for DraftKings. You guys are
on it. They on it. They waiting for it.
DraftKings loves you. DraftKings loves you. Oh, there's the legal disclaimer.
Legal.
And now that pertains to the great state of New York, which I think I just saw already has done $1 billion in sports betting since opening up. Here's what's cool about DraftKings, okay? You know you can use our code GPS. You know the links in the description. You got the 56-1 odds, the $5 bet on either team for a new customer, and you can get $280 in free bets. You know that. We've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. But what I did, Tom, I made another interesting bet. So there's so many Super Bowl bets you can do in DraftKings. If you sign up, there's like just a Super Bowl button. You click on it. All sorts of crazy bets you can do. Now, I did one that I don't think is that crazy, but it is a long shot. At plus 1,300, I selected Evan McPherson to win Super Bowl MVP. Put a little 50 spot on that, and if that hits, that's like a $6,500 payout. Now, why would I bet Evan McPherson? Well, he made 4 field goals against the Raiders. He's made 2 walk-off playoff field goals already. Let's just say this game gets a little weird, all right? Let's say the Bengals have a hard time scoring, and they win because he kicks 4 field goals and a walk-off game winner. Evan McPherson, kicker, Super Bowl MVP. Gonna happen.
Perna, you got diapers already for this week, right?
Yes.
Okay. That is fine. Okay.
Dude, I'm playing with house money because of all my big wins early on. I'm still playing with house money.
That's true. That is true. Okay, that's you know what? Valid.
GPS code link. Whoa! Wow!
I'm in Evan's dreams now.
Nice.
I love how I'm with Jerry Jones. I'm like, yeah, Mike McCarthy, stop being terrible. All right, that's great. Perna, we here. Listen, we've talked about the Super Bowl so fracking much these past 2 weeks. Yeah, like we'll talk about the NFL honors. There were some really cool moments last night. Leroy Butler getting into the Hall of Fame. Finally, That's right, Giggity.
Wow.
That's right.
Leroy.
That's right.
Deserving.
Leroy Butler. Very excited about that. I was
Fans
so happy for him.
Waited a long time for that.
Yep. So I'm super excited about that. We got Antonio Brown looking to buy the Denver Broncos. That's gonna be a thing. We'll talk about if there's any surprises. Vrabel winning Coach of the Year. Which, by the way, someone could check me on this. I'm pretty sure when we did this on Wednesday, when we did our predictions, I'm pretty sure I got all the NFL honors things right. I just want to throw that out there.
Who did I say would win Coach of the Year? I said Zach Taylor should win.
I think you said Taylor. Yeah, I
said he should. I don't know if I made a prediction, but you were pretty spot on.
We'll talk about we'll talk about Rodgers' speech in which the entire fan base is like, "Hey, he's staying," or the other one's like, "No, he's leaving," because nobody knows. Like there was one sentence that'd be out there like, "Oh, he's retiring now." "Oh no, he's still staying," and they went back and forth.
It sounded like retirement to me, but
it did. Maybe
we'll get
potentially.
What's that?
Potentially.
Yeah. Potentially. Like he's thanking Green Bay for 17 years.
Ted Thompson.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time on Matt LaFleur's eyebrows.
He did.
Thanked him for the success of the MVPs.
Yes.
That probably leans towards Packers a little bit. But there's nothing to be made of it. It's just an Aaron Rodgers speech. I watched it hoping there'd be a hint. I think people were paying attention to his dress. No Packers colors, no Broncos colors, no any team colors.
Used car salesman. That's
brown,
what
like tan.
Twitter. Yep.
Yeah.
Corduroy.
Yep. I have one of those jackets somewhere in my crawl space, and if my life wasn't so crazy, I would have found it for this episode. But here's what's interesting about the NFL honors. Andrew Whitworth wins Walter Payton Man of the Year. Cooper Kupp wins Offensive Player of the Year.
Yes.
Jamar Chase wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Those are 3 guys playing in the Super Bowl next week.
Yep.
So that's pretty crazy. Maybe that happens every year. I don't know. It's just like, oh man, we got a lot of award winners who are going to be in the big game. So 4.
Which, by the way,
Burrow Comeback Player of the Year too. So that's 4.
Right. Rightfully so. Yeah. I mean, a lot of Super Bowl people getting the nod last night. And I Walter Payton Man of the Year, right? They always save it for last because saying it's the most prestigious award and it's very nice.
Not true. It's the Big Dick Player Award, awarded on my channel randomly.
I had an idea, Perna.
Yes.
No, it's all
What's
good.
your idea?
A lot of these players, right? A lot of these players. That's great, Colin. A lot of these players, they do fantastic things, right? For their communities, for kids, outreach. It should not have been Dak. Maybe he should have played better football. All these things. I think at the end, the person who wins, because honestly, anybody can win Walter Payton Man of the Year, right? Out of the nominees. Like, they all do amazing things. What I'm going to say, though, is that all of the nominees should compete in the Hunger Games. Because then you get to really see which one is the most deserving. And I'm not saying they have to kill each other, but I am saying that even if they out nice each other to death, or at least into submission, like that episode on The Office when Dwight and Andy are just constantly doing favors for one another so they don't owe anything, like constantly holding doors for one another, making sure, like giving them gift cards for Starbucks, all these things. That's what I want to see. So
yes, I could see that. It's like or guys running out to hold the football once the wind knocks it over. It's like Andrew Whitworth running out there to prove that he truly is the Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Did you see that speech that he made though?
Yeah,
when he won. And he was talking about the Detroit Lions player who came up to him because he spent time with the Boys and Girls Club. I'm like, that's freaking amazing. Like,
it
that's
was really
amazing.
Cool. If you haven't watched the speech, it's on Twitter, the clip of Andrew Whitworth talking about this guy running up to him after the Lions game and him not knowing why. And it was just like Whitworth, because he's 40, he's playing tackle, very impressive, been in the league a long time. When he was young, he spent time with Derek Barnes at, I think he said through the Boys and Girls Club or
Boys and Girls Club,
something. Yeah. So just talking about like seeing an impact he made on somebody and that guy making it to the NFL, it's like, it's one of those things that just gives you the chills because it makes you so happy. Like to see just the good, and us focusing on the good for a little bit. So very cool. And I think like a guy who should be mentioned is Justin Simmons for the Broncos. He's been the nominee 3 years in a row for the Broncos. So I think he's got that award in his future as well. And it's just because he gives so much back every single year. One of the cooler things, I think it means a lot to players, fans. They like it for the feel good moment, but it's not, I don't think people really remember it. You know what I mean? But it's cool that they do it and they try to recognize it. We just live in a very like cynical society, I feel like, and it gets forgotten pretty quickly.
Not here on GPS though. We got a couple guys here who raise a lot of money for charity. That's what we do. That's it.
Do it. Give back. Make it your face. Here's a question for everybody watching. You see my face. Do you see a Bengal tail or a ram horn? People been be like, oh, looks like it's a ram horn. Looks like you're pulling for the Rams. Everyone's like, no, it's a Bengal tail. It's a monkey tail, but what do you see? Who am I rooting for based on my dumb looking face?
You know what? You bring up a great point, which means that you have to dye it whoever wins, either orange or yellow.
No, I'm not going to be that guy.
That's a great, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. And that is a lot of people saying kitty tail. A lot saying kitty.
I see a lot of ram's horns, a lot of tails. Yeah. I should just make that a freaking poll. Let's pull it.
Pull it. Kitty goes meow. But yeah, a lot of people were all up in my mentions last night. And I'm not going to lie. For the first time this week, I was like, you know what? Let's knock back a few brewskis. Let's relax a little bit. Got my reaction video out early. Sitting there in a nice Duvel, enjoying myself. And Aaron Rodgers wins MVP. And the amount of people that are just like, oh boy, he's shitting at home again. And then like all the other comments, or the amount of people, holy crap, that were very upset and saying that Tom Brady got robbed. Oh, the Tom Brady fans were all up in the mentions. All up. And I love the cherry picking of the stats, by the way. Like they don't pick the interceptions are never there or anything like that. It was just yards and TD.
Yards TD. He had more yards than TD.
Yeah. So it's always very interesting. But here's what I'm going to say. Tom Brady has 7 Super Bowl rings. I think he's okay without winning this MVP. I think he's okay. I think he's all right. So I think he'll be okay. He'll be all right. So no, Dak definitely shouldn't. Dak was the favorite to win, and then Joe Burrow was like, "Hey, remember my entire leg exploded? Oh yeah, I'm back and I'm in the Super Bowl now." So
yes, we did, Kyle, and this is me patting myself on the back. Couldn't have done it without Tom, though. Tree and Adam showing up for the streams.
Oh,
but
I thought you were just gonna single me out.
Yeah, no, and Tom, but mostly Tom. Mostly Tom. Tom did a huge dono. Huge dono. Got us across the
way.
top.
I'm gonna need an advance on my next paycheck.
Yeah, I'll be sending you that. And I still have to deposit the $2,400 we raised in super chats. So
you get it next month. So
I'll do it. Don't worry.
Yeah, the eyes of the world were on Aaron Rodgers during that speech because last year my man surprised the world and was like, "I want to thank my fiance." I'm like, "What? Who?"
Yeah.
Which, by the way, listen, this isn't going to become like a little TMZ thing. There are rumors out there that apparently Aaron Rodgers and Shailene Woodley are no longer together.
Oh, those are some rumors happening?
Again, I've seen it a few times. I don't want to spread misinformation, but I have seen some rumors that maybe they are not together anymore.
No, I need it. I need her. I need her Boulder connection. Shailene.
Let's see. It says 3 days ago. These are like sketchy websites, though.
Click on this, and you'll be bombarded with 900 ads.
It says Shailene Woodley allegedly calls off wedding, but I don't know. But then there's another one. Yeah, these are all like sketchy websites, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it.
Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers agree to disagree about things and not debate them, says a source.
Wow.
So,
No
like, they're
debate.
adults.
No debate.
Okay.
So, answer the question. My wife, Jess, she indifferent to the beard.
Do you
I don't
purr?
even think we notice it anymore. It's been almost a week. You get used to things quickly. I purr all the time. Second thing, the Tom Brady stuff. I saw somebody was like, yeah, Aaron Rodgers would have that many yards if he threw as many times as Tom Brady. So I jumped in there. Brady had 190 more passing attempts this season than Aaron Rodgers. 190 more. And Rodgers' touchdown percentage was indeed higher than Tom Brady's. So what that means is per throws, Aaron Rodgers throws more touchdowns. So
but hey, no, that's a bad argument according to Tom Brady fans because he didn't have a running game. So because of that, he had to throw more, making him the MVP. He was more valuable to the team.
He did too have a running
Those
game.
are legitimate arguments that are coming my way.
Yeah. He had Lenny Fournette, who averaged 4.5 yards per carry, 8-12. Used Fournette in the passing game quite a bit. One of the best offensive lines, and they just run a different style of offense. They throw more with Bruce Arians. You're going to throw a lot more. Specifically, you're going to throw a lot in when you're like on the 2-yard line. You know how many 2-yard touchdowns Mike Evans has? All of them. Is Tom Brady good? Yes. Was he the most important player in the league to his team? I don't think so. And he had a great season. He also needed an extra week to get those numbers, and he still didn't pass Peyton Manning. So that's why we started the show with Peyton Manning still the best, more MVPs than Rodgers, more Super Bowls than Rodgers, and he owns the single-season passing record, and Tom Brady couldn't even do that with an extra game. Peyton Manning for fucking president of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, give it to him.
I'm so happy you just said all that because, again, I'm just going to add that to my compilation and show it to Aaron Rodgers as to why he shouldn't go to Denver.
Oh, but then I'll show this to Aaron Rodgers. Where did Peyton Manning get his second Super Bowl? Denver. Where did he set the passing record? Denver. Who's going to be your team owner if you come here, Rodgers? Maybe Antonio Brown, but probably Peyton Manning.
Can I ask, maybe you know this, because Peyton Manning does have 5 MVPs, so he is the leader. So do you know what the exchange rate is for MVPs to Super Bowl rings? Like, can we trade in 3 of them and get a Super Bowl ring out of it? Because I would like to do that. I would like to cash that in, please.
Yeah, I think you can trade 2 for an appearance in the Super Bowl. 3 will guarantee it.
Okay, yeah. Can we do that? I mean, he'll still keep 1. Rodgers will still keep 1 because he moves firmly into second place now, only behind Peyton Manning in terms of MVPs. But yeah, I would like to trade that, please.
Yeah,
if we could do that exchange, it'd be great.
By
the way, what you talking about with Antonio Brown?
Well, here's the thing. What's with the beard? We've explained it so many times, but we raised $20,000 for the Alzheimer's Association, Tom and I agreed to do this to my face. Okay, now Russell Wilson has 0 MVPs. It's because he won that Super Bowl. So he just cashed in that Super Bowl and knew he was going to never get an MVP. Sorry, had that thought, had to get it out of my brain. Now, are we talking? We're going to Antonio Brown to purchase the Denver Broncos. Okay, well,
because that's an actual thing.
Yeah, let me bring in the tweet. I'm pretty sure I grabbed that.
It's crazy.
He is a funny man. He is a very funny man. All right, so last night I'm dealing with we're dealing with the sick kid. I'm trying to watch the NFL honors, but we're mostly worried about the kid. And I was putting her to sleep. She finally fell asleep. And I'm on my phone making sure she's solid before I put her back in her crib. And then I see this. Donda Sports want to buy the Broncos. Who with me? Exclamation point.
Instead of a question mark. Interesting.
Instead of a question, should be wants. I'm not going to get into grammar. And I just
fine.
started chuckling to myself. It was like the first thing I showed my wife after I put the baby down. I was like, look at this. So I did a little research here. Antonio Brown was named president of Donda Sports, which is Kanye West's sports company.
Isn't that the Kanye West's latest album?
Yeah, it's the latest album. It's also his sports company. Now, this is interesting because everybody knows the way you try to purchase a team is you tweet about it. The NFL definitely takes you serious as soon as you tweet that you want to buy a football team. Now, I was trying to find, like, what's Donda Sports going to do? And if you listen to Antonio Brown talk about it, you're going to be even more confused. The mission statement's not clear. He's talking about fashion for athletes, how Donda Sports is going to pave the way for fashion for athletes. And then his first act as president of Donda Sports was to pay $2 million for the owner's suite at the Super Bowl. Now, based on the tweet he just put out there, I think Antonio Brown believes that by purchasing the owner suite for $2 million, you might actually...
He's the owner now.
Yeah. He said it's important for the kids was one reason they purchased the $2 million suite at the Super Bowl. And that's basically all I got here. So, could Donda Sports make a play for the Denver Broncos? No. Unequivocally, no. But do I hope Kanye West and Antonio Brown keep tweeting about this and say they want to make a bid for the... Yes, please, God, give me
the content.
Kanye
it's all
and
the content.
AB just to be in the race. I want their hat in the ring. I don't care if it's serious or not. Oh, Donda was Kanye's
Donda,
mom,
yeah, Donda was the mom.
Donda.
Yeah, that's why it was named.
Donda.
Like the last album was about the mom. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Jail is a great song. What a great song on that album.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, did you also see that Kanye also wanted Billie Eilish to apologize? Did you not see this? This popped up on my Twitter feed. Like, I don't care at all. But it popped up on my Twitter feed because apparently she stopped a show to like give someone an inhaler saying like, we don't go on until like everyone's okay. And they saw that as throwing shade at Travis Scott, who like, people died at his concert because he was an idiot. So yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting times. But anyway, more importantly, anything else but that. Honestly, Antonio Brown, like I want to see him try to buy the Broncos. I really want to see it.
Because, well, the best part is it's not him. He's trying to buy it with Kanye's sports company. And I want to know if he spent Kanye's $2 million on the Super Bowl suite or if it's his own money.
I just think it's hysterical. Like it's, yeah,
Wait,
Good.
Do you think AB thinks he has a chance to buy the team and then he could just put himself as wide receiver for that team?
Oh, that's a big brain move.
Like, I feel like he might believe that. Like, some part of him's like, what if I just buy a team? Kanye, help me buy this team, and then I'll play receiver for him. They can't tell me no if I'm a team owner.
I own the Packers. Does that mean I could just like literally make myself wide receiver for the Packers? Why have I been trying so hard?
You could.
All right, fine. Easy.
Yeah.
Done.
The NFL got their money for the suite. We know AB does not like to pay bills.
True.
So I think the NFL got that money. He also purchased 6 VIP passes to be down by the field. So that was like another $35,000 or something.
That's insanity. Like, that's crazy money.
Yeah.
Why?
NFL's like, we would have given you the VIP passes if you wanted to go.
Would they have though?
Would they? Not to AB. They
would
would have given them to Kanye if he wanted.
They would have given them to Kanye. Absolutely.
And then Kanye in turn could have, handed one to AB. But
do you think Antonio Brown is going to insert himself into the halftime show and sing a whole lot of money? He just takes the mic from Eminem.
Spending cash.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Like Antonio Brown is just like, hey,
George Harrison.
Yep.
Do it to do it right. Something like that. I can't carry it. 10.
But yeah, no real surprises though from the NFL honors. Not really anything like crazy happened besides people being upset. Except I will say Vrabel, I tweeted about this. Like he won Coach of the Year. He won by a lot. He had like 38 votes or some crazy amount like that. And as I said yesterday, I think that Vrabel was very deserving. I just thought it was going to be closer, to be honest. Like I thought it was going to be closer between like a Zach Taylor or Matt LaFleur. Like I thought that they would be closer to Vrabel, but it was like a runaway. And it makes sense. I mean, you think of all the injuries that they had to deal with to star players. Like, I get it. I think Vrabel is very deserving of it.
I think it's kind of a reflection on how good people think Derrick Henry is, too. And the fact that they were able to navigate that last part of the season without Henry and still, keep that number 1 seed. So it's kind of a vote of confidence in my eyes of Derrick Henry and what you did without him. And, some stints in there without Julio and without AJ Brown. Like that's a lot. That's a lot to navigate. And their defense, like I think what's really impressive about what Vrabel did was turning that defense around, because they were a liability last year. And this year they were really good. They nearly bested the Bengals because of their front. So I don't know. The Titans are an interesting team moving forward. Yeah, because we've kind of seen the worst of Ryan Tannehill with them, and we've seen the best of Ryan Tannehill. And it's just like, can he be a little better in clutch games to maybe get him to the Super Bowl? I don't know, but they should be looking for a QB upgrade at some point. And I think very highly of Tannehill. I think he's
very underrated.
Yeah, he's very solid. He's kind of like Alex Smith, but a little more prone to turnovers. So anyway, nobody wants to hear us talk about the Titans right now.
Titans fans are like, are we relevant again?
Yeah, I could pull off a great mustache. I think my wife honestly prefers this to a mustache at this point. She is very don't do mustache. Don't do it. Don't
that concerns her more than the monkey tail.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Spaghetti.
All right, listen. I want to do a little something before we talk about the Super Bowl, because we have talked about this thing to death. Everybody's talked about it to death. Everybody. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Call it again. You can answer that, Perna.
If we still have the number 9 overall pick come draft time, for some reason you want edge, rush, or lineman. Ooh. I mean, we still have the 9. That means we didn't trade for QB. I want a fucking quarterback.
Correct.
Like, you can hope that the guy you want's waiting for you in the second round, but I'd rather reach for the quarterback you want at 9. Edge is really important. Like Bradley Chubb, not sure he can stay healthy. Not sure if they'll move on from him. And we know how important an edge rusher is, but QB, edge, then lineman in that order. Yeah, but we got to get through free agency first. That's what's so crazy. It's like you start
free agency is going to be wild this year. It is going to be wild.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for it. I am so excited. You know why I'm excited for it, Brandon Perna? Because this will be the first free agency where I'm not fricking fracking teaching. I can't tell you all those free agency. 2018 was the worst. A Packers decided to go all in, and I was like, cool, I'm teaching global right now. So I'm so excited. Anyway, what I wanted to do before we talked about the Super Bowl, I wanted to take a gander at the postseason and take a look at what teams who have made the postseason, who you think will not make the postseason next year.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So we can get a
Raiders.
little list going on.
Raiders. Raiders. Sorry, Guillermo, but Raiders.
Okay. So they're your number 1 already. And is that the only team?
NFC. Let me think about this.
All right, I can list off the NFC if you want.
Buccaneers.
Oh, well, you know what? If they're going to lose a lot of talent and Brady's not back, That's actually, you know what? I think that's a pretty solid. Their defense should still be pretty solid.
They've got a good
But
team, but if it's Blaine Gabbert or Kyle Trask, they still might
Watch them
get
win those
shut
Super
out
Bowl.
by. I said sorry, Guillermo. I prefaced it with sorry, Guillermo. I just don't trust Josh McDaniels. I really don't. That said, he might get the best out of Derek Carr. We'll see. We'll probably be in the same spot next year, Guillermo.
It's true. It's true. Eagles, I don't know if they make it. I don't know if they.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I like Jalen Hurts.
I don't know if his own team likes him.
I don't either. Is it Deshaun Watson? Is it Russell Wilson? Is it? I don't know.
So yeah, I can see the Eagles not making it. The Bucks are a good one, depending on who the Packers have. I mean, if they don't get Rodgers back and they lose a ton of talent, it could be the Packers, unfortunately. I'm glad that you didn't say it. At least I could say it and get the self-burn out of the way. But
yeah,
you know,
I just think
we've had 3 donations trying to transition us into an ad read.
We have locked down how to do freaking DraftKings. You guys are amazing. You guys just want to be producers of this show?
It's really easy.
Intern producers.
There's no plan.
No plan. We got a lot of notes before every episode. We know we got DraftKings, and if you use code GPS, they're going to give you those 56
I really
to 1
thought that said
odds.
AIDS. I was like,
give us the aid. Whoa, it's ads. You're getting the ads. We are force feeding you our ads.
Dystopia.
56 to 1 odds for new customers. You can turn $5 into 280 free bets. Now, I revealed earlier I bet on Evan McPherson to win Super Bowl MVP. And if he does, I'm going to look like a genius. I am going to look like a genius. The likely winners, Joe Burrow, Matt Stafford, maybe Chase or Kupp, because I think the winning team's going to get a big performance out of one of their receivers, maybe a monster performance. But there's interesting bets in there. There's a whole Super Bowl button. You click it. You can do fun, crazy bets. You can stack prop bets. So if you're already a DraftKings customer, you can do prop bets for the big game. Is Odell Beckham Jr. going to throw a pass? Maybe you think he's going to throw a pass? T. Higgins going to throw a pass? Don't know. You can bet on those things, or just check it out and just use our code GPS. The ads that you love. DraftKings GPS link below.
Is Von Miller not going to get a single pressure?
Oh, Von Miller he's who I picked in my episode to win Super Bowl MVP.
Well, you also picked Evan McPherson. You bet $50.
I bet on Evan McPherson.
I was the odds. So you pulled a 50 out of your wallet and lit it on fire. Has a kicker ever won MVP, Super Bowl MVP?
I don't know. Did Adam Vinatieri ever win it?
That's the only person I could think that actually could have. So,
as a kicker, ever won Super Bowl MVP? Although a kicker has never won Super Bowl MVP, it's not crazy to think that McPherson might have a chance to do it. Whoa, CBS Sports. That's the #1 search result. Maybe I'm not the only one betting on McPherson. Money McPherson.
DraftKings is like, thank you. Thank you for your $50.
I know it's crazy, but I also know it's not that crazy. It is plausible.
If it comes down to a field goal game, and what I mean by that is they all just kick field goals. Like it's a 6-3 game. Actually, you know what? No, I want to see something crazy. Like I want to see it be like 30-27, but it's all field goals. Like not a single touchdown is scored. It's 30-27, but it's straight up field goals. Then McPherson could win it.
Tight.
But past that, I don't know his chances on doing that.
We'll see.
But that'd be an amazing game, though. Just literally field goal after field goal after field goal. That's it. Like they just the QBs actually just sit on the sidelines. They're like, it's all right, you got this. I'll take it. Anyway, so yeah, I think NFC, Eagles, Bucks, Packers, depending on what happens with them, I think they could potentially miss out. AFC, you're looking at the Raiders, I think. Bengals, do they make it back?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the Ravens will be better in their division next year, so that'll be
Yes,
a
I
little
agree.
more competitive. But they didn't they lose both of their games to the Browns? The last game was
Yes.
meaningless.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll lose both games to the Browns. So, and who knows what Browns are going to do with Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
I saw somebody tweet, and I don't even know if it was a source or just some random person making a joke. And Deshaun Watson was looking for homes in Ohio. But again, that was a random tweet. I don't think it was a source, and it might have been a joke. I don't know. But if that's true, could Deshaun Watson be going to the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah.
Steelers?
Yeah,
They need a QB.
I don't think. No, they're saying teams that won't make it back.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, they did. Yeah, that's a great one.
They did stumble into the playoffs.
Yeah, to be fair to Guillermo, I think the Raiders have a better shot to make it back than the Steelers at this point.
The reason I smirked about the Bengals is because I think it would be amazing if they won the Super Bowl this year and then didn't even make the playoffs next year. Just showing the craziness of the NFL. Like, again, I like the Bengals. I don't.
That scenario, not fun. Not fun.
Is it? Listen, you got a Super Bowl out of it, okay? You're fine.
Yeah, I didn't care the next year. Trevor Siemian, we had a winning record, just didn't make the postseason.
You're fine.
And then it just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, and it never got better. Who was I talking to? I was just talking to someone too. And I was like, yeah, Perna's had like 6 years of bad QB though, but also got a Super Bowl out of it. So,
yeah.
You know,
I remember before that Super Bowl, we were talking about like if the Broncos won the Super Bowl that year, how much time does that buy you like as a fan and organization? I said 10 years. I said 10 years. I changed that 5. After 5 years of being bad after that,
like I'm done now.
Yeah. I didn't account for not getting back to the playoffs. It's just, and when your living depends on it, it makes it even trickier.
That's true.
If the Broncos would be good, it would help every part of my YouTube life. But people lose interest quick. It's like,
oh, sure. Because they're like, I don't care about this game. The team sucks.
Yep.
Cardinals. Yep. That's actually a great question. I don't know what happens with the Cardinals.
Cardinals, another good one.
I think they could, but I just don't know where they even go from here besides offensive line. I think that's a big one. Their secondary needs to get better, and they need to stop collapsing midseason.
Yeah. I think, let me look. Cardinals.
Perna, are you going to get Tyler Huntley, or are you going to get Gardner Minshew, do you think is your QB? Or Kirk Cousins?
I would welcome Gardner Minshew with an open heart, open mind, open arms, most importantly, open legs. Yes.
Yeah.
I like Tyler Huntley. I saw some stuff out of Tyler Huntley. And then I saw team's game plan for him a little bit better. But if you're going to draft a guy and also bring in somebody who has possible upside, I like Huntley. Yeah. I like Minshew. Like, I would love to have Minshew and draft a QB.
What about Fitz? You know what, Stern? I agree. Fitz magic.
Oh, that would be a great fit. I don't know after a hip injury if that's feasible.
Think of Fitz magic, Gardner Minshew. Have them on the same team. I'm pretty sure like you get 1 million subs that year.
I would enjoy watching football even if we lose, because even when Fitz magic loses, it's fun to watch. And when he wins, it's even better. So I'll take it. Now, what I wanted to say was the Cardinals' Instagram, they changed it to match Kyler Murray's.
Oh, so
they deleted everything.
It's so petty.
And they have the same 2 photos that Kyler Murray left up on his Instagram.
Do they really?
Yeah.
That's kind of amazing.
So that's kind of a baller move. Yeah, well, it's not the same 2 photos. It's the same Pro Bowl one, and then their second photo is when they drafted Murray. On Kyler's page, his second photo is him at OU. So Kyler Murray has more followers than the Cardinals' official Instagram, too.
That does not surprise me at all.
That's kind of a funny move. It's kind of a fun move to poke fun at how crazy people have been about Kyler Murray's Insta, and maybe that helps lure him back, or maybe he is offended by it. Not sure.
That helps lure him back. Hey, we saw you deleted things, so we're gonna do it too. Got him.
Maybe they're like, yeah, we're in solidarity with you, man. Whatever you do, we support you.
It's like what some random social media team that is just like,
no, the owners run all of their social accounts.
Should we do this?
The GMs.
I don't
if
know.
I were a GM, I would run the social media account for the Broncos.
We got a Fitty!
Mike Burns.
We did mention Fitzmagic, right? Oh, we did. Oh, we did.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
And the Bengal tail is winning with 66% of the votes in the poll. So
when Von Miller doesn't get his second ring, it's because of you.
We'll see. We'll see.
Awesome. All right, let's talk about it. Let's get into the big game. Let's have our final thoughts on Super Bowl 56, Brandon Perna. Has anything changed from 2 days ago or yesterday? Oh, CJ, Who's Your Mama might play.
Yeah. He was limited in practice. Him and Higbee both have MCL sprains. So Tyler Higbee, CJ Uzomah, I think they'll both be questionable. I hope CJ plays. I hope they both play because they're both important to their team.
Oh, yeah.
I think CJ kind of emerged more towards the end of the season as like a real threat. But I know Higbee was big for Stafford on third downs, and I would like to see both those guys play. And of course, CJ, if the Bengals win, says he will take a bath in Skyline Chili. So the Bengals got that going for him as well. Got that going for him.
I want to see it just for that. Like, just for that. It's, again, I have the same feeling about this game that I had about the Chiefs-Bengals game. It's the same exact feeling. I'm like, the Bengals shouldn't win, but you can't put it past them. And I think you've said this too. Like, what can the Rams do to Joe Burrow that hasn't happened to Joe Burrow yet? He's thrown a pick or two. He's been sacked 9 times in a game. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the guy can still just keep on going. So,
yeah, and Stafford's like that too, because did we talk about his stat on Wednesday about he's the best quarterback in the NFL after throwing an interception? Did we talk about that?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stafford, after a pick through the last like 10 years or some shit, nobody better in the league than him on the next play that he comes back out there. So it's like
a very specific stat.
Yeah. And I think it's like a testament to both of those guys where Joe Burrow, he's young and you can't phase him. And I think he's going to have a really long, really good career in the NFL because of that.
Sure.
Stafford played in Detroit for 12 years and was beaten mercilessly.
You got this.
Not
I believe in
mercifully.
you.
Mercilessly. Why can't I say it? He was beaten bad. He was beaten bad in Detroit. Whitney Merciless. He was beaten Whitney Merciless. 12 years in Detroit hardens a man, is my point. And you've got two quarterbacks who might make some mistakes in this game, might make some big mistakes, and I don't think it's going to matter. I think they're going to bounce back from it. Like, Stafford threw 2 bad passes in the championship game, right? He had that pick in the end zone, and then he threw that deep ball that should have been picked that wasn't, and they still won. Was that that was the championship game. So I think the grit for both of them, like, off the charts. Can't shake them, can't rattle them. But if I had to bet on one defense taking over the game, it's just that it's the Rams.
It's the Rams.
Front. It's
the Rams.
Aaron Donald and Von Miller, and they're just so good. I've seen Von do it. We've seen Aaron Donald win, Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. And the bigger issue there is the Bengals' offensive line is not nearly as good as the Rams. That's why I think the Bengals might struggle there. But again, like you said, will it matter? Don't know. It's an interesting matchup. The teams are similar. It just doesn't feel like one team has a true big advantage over the other. Even
Correct.
last year, we knew the Chiefs were in trouble because of the injuries they had just sustained on their line. Going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who were their defensive front was destroying opponents. Nobody could run against them. They brought the heat. They get after you with Shaq Barrett and Ndamukong Suh, JPP. So the Rams feel similar to the Bucs, and actually the Rams this postseason have been playing better than the Bucs defense last year.
True story.
But again, Joe Cool, man.
Cool.
He's like, I think his best comparison in terms of the way he handles pressure is Tom Brady. Based on early in his career.
Early on, yeah.
Right? Like they play a different style of football a little bit.
Very different, yeah.
And Burrow's more athletically gifted, but like that's why Brady was good early on. You couldn't rattle him. You know what I mean?
No. He can get popped and he just popped right back up and he's like, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Roethlisberger was kind of the same early.
You just couldn't bring him down either.
Yeah. It's why it's so special when you see it. And I think Justin Herbert might be a more physically gifted quarterback than Joe Burrow, but the Chargers still find ways to lose games creatively, whereas the Bengals find ways to win it when it matters. That's like the difference between the two. And I know like people look at Herbert and you can argue that he's maybe better than Joe Burrow, but not when the game is on the line. So that's why the Super Bowl is fun. And I think people are kind of burnt out on it because there's no enemy to root against.
Correct.
There's like, you could, except for Stan Kroenke, owner of the Rams, but like nobody cares. Nobody cares that the owner is kind of a jerk. There's a lot of good stories here. We don't have I can't see that guy win. I do not want to see that guy win.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think at this point, people are just watching just to say, hey, I really hope it's a good Super Bowl. Because last year's, unless you're a Buccaneers fan, that Super Bowl sucked.
No,
because it was just boring. But
it was.
I mean, you have a team too in the Rams who can go up big and then blow a lead. And the Bengals have shown that they can come back from a deficit. So
yeah, it's probably going to play out just like that too.
I would not doubt it.
Rams get the lead. Bengals come back. We got a fourth quarter close or tie game.
Someone asked 40,000 on the coin toss. Yeah.
Well, we don't.
He did that last year too.
Yeah. We didn't get $30 million a year like Pat McAfee. So.
You know what? Even if I got $30 million a year, I don't know if I would drop 40K.
I wouldn't be dropping 40.
No.
Unless
I'd drop like 1,000 maybe. Like I'd be like, okay. Even that hurt to say. That hurt. But
like if I'm being very open about it, if I were making insane money, I
what's
would
insane money? Yeah, what's insane?
30
million a year
that you distribute over. Like that's not his cut. He's running an entire company, but I would put a big chunk to do for sports betting because I could use that for my videos. It could be an interesting segment in the videos. You know what I mean? That's the reason. Like I might
write off too.
Would would be.
That's an interesting.
Yeah. 40 grand on the coin toss to be tails. Yeah.
It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Hey, come hit me up when Pat does this to his face. Come hit me up when Pat does this to his face. This is 40,000 beard hairs gone.
I don't think it's to make it more interesting, but I think that it does make it more compelling when there's somebody to root against.
Yeah.
And I think that obviously we joke, but like there are Rams fans that are out there. I think people are just so like lackadaisical about the Rams. You look at both of their franchise, they don't have the biggest fan bases. And I feel like a lot of people are just rooting for the Bengals just because it's a really good feel good story.
Yeah,
so
it is. And
that's
both
what I
teams
would
were
say.
fun to watch. Like if you watched them, they were fun to watch this year. And it's because they have
Yeah.
big explosive plays. They're like the two biggest deep ball teams in the league. Like people love that. A couple 40-yard bombs in this game, sure. They're going to do it. They're going to take chances.
Someone asked before what the worst Super Bowl party I was at. I think it was, I don't know, it was one I went to in like Long Island, and I just like had to drive like 2 hours back home. And I was just like, this sucks.
Like that Seinfeld episode where they get stuck out there.
Yeah, it sucks.
Wasn't for Super Bowl, but mine, this is easy. A Super Bowl party I threw for Super Bowl 48. Oh my God. It was had a bunch of people over to my apartment in LA. My buddy, my best friend flew in from Denver. Jess and I it was like our first year together, pumped up, had all my friends over and like work friends. And so there's a lot of people there. First play of the game. Over Manning's head. Right away, people's mood shifted because they knew how invested I was in the game. Yeah. Like right away, they're like, "You okay, man? You okay?
You good?" And that's the worst though. And it's like, no, I'm not. This doesn't help.
No, I was like, it's all right. They're like, you just get the bad play out of the way. And it got worse and worse. And I remember by halftime, I was like, I wish none of these people were here right now. Yep. Just want me, my best friend, and Jess. Everybody else needs to get out of here. One of my friends, his girlfriend was not having a good time, and she made it very well known that she wasn't happy to be there. So that was kind of weird. And I was trying to just drink the game away. Luckily, it ended. People started filtering out. I think they caught the vibe. And then 4 of us just stayed and drank the pain away. Drank the pain away. And I was like, I'm never doing this again. Ever.
No.
Ever.
And then you went to it. Well, you were supposed to go. Then you went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, then I went to Super Bowl 50, watching the Ben against parking lot. That was better than the losing Super Bowl party I threw.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, we had Bronco juice. We had everything. We put effort into it. It was bad.
And you're just like, well, by the first snap, it's done. And we're done.
And there was also somebody there. There's a couple people there weren't Super Bowl fans, or football fans, and they just wanted to like shit on everything or make fun of stuff, and they didn't.
Like, why are you there then?
It's like it's like, go get out of here, get.
You just bring out the squirt ball. No, get. Yep, I don't know. The Super Bowl is weird. Like, I haven't even had a Super Bowl party in a while, just because I usually stream it or like working it or whatever. But
yeah,
I feel like it can be really fun, but when you're like highly invested into it, it could go poorly very, very quickly. Like when the Packers won the Super Bowl, I was in college, and it was just like me, a few of my suite mates, like huddling around like a small ass TV and just watching it. And then when they won, I literally just went around campus in just my boxers. So I had a good time. It was cold too. It was really cold. It was February in New Paltz. So ran the snow. I was so happy, dude. I was so happy because I wore my Packers jacket everywhere. Like, that was the jacket that I wore. And I think I was like one of 2 Packers fans in New York. And it was weird because like I didn't have any fans to like celebrate with. Like, that would have been cool, but I was just like, okay, this is great. And then everyone was like, oh yeah, it's okay. Like, the Black Eyed Peas sucked during the halftime show. But it was a lot of like lackadaisical, I don't care. Yeah. And I was like, this is the greatest day of my life. So
there should be like, if you host a Super Bowl party and you're into football, you should have a bouncer at the door that has a checklist.
Yeah.
And if somebody comes up and says they're just there for the commercials and the halftime show, don't let them in. Why are you here today? What are your intentions? I just want the commercial. Nope. Out.
Get out.
Halftime. Nope. Gone.
I've said this, that if the draft is in Green Bay, which they have been trying to get for years and years and years, Tom Grossi is going to Green Bay and we're going to do some live show. It's going to be wild. It's going to happen.
He does the draft. I think they want to do it here too.
They've literally built all the hotels and everything for it. So this has been Mark Murphy's dream, like ever since I started talking to him.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm just saying draft party. And listen, no stress. Like it's not like a winner loser thing. Unless, you just don't have a first round pick or you're the Texans. But
they draft Jordan Love's brother.
I didn't even know he had a brother. Isaiah Love. I'm 9.
Why are you doing this, Green Bay? We need to motivate Aaron Rodgers again.
A little bit more. Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He won a spite MVP, and then he won a do you guys really want me to stay around MVP.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Listen, if we can motivate him in that direction, that's fine.
My predictions for Rodgers are this. Returns to the Packers, retires, does something else.
Gets traded?
Yep, trade.
Okay.
He just feels like he's either going back or he's retiring at this point. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I honestly, I don't have a read on him. Like, AJ Hawk doesn't think it's going to happen. I just can't get a read on him.
Yeah.
But
AJ's like, I don't know. He doesn't know. They're like, AJ, you're not telling us. He's like, I really don't.
He's like, I just don't. I don't know. All right. So if we're to put a bow on this thing, Sunday, by the way, Brandon Perna, Tom Grossi going to be streaming that game. We will be streaming the Super Bowl and it will be glorious. And I'm also really hoping the Bengals win so I can put out a Bengals fan reaction video that night.
Oh, yeah. Kitty go.
Yes.
It's a sick
I'm putting out a reaction video regardless, but it'll either be the Rams or the Bengals. But yeah, so we'll be doing that. But Perna, any final thoughts on Super Bowl 56 before we log out of this big old son of a gun?
No. Evan McPherson. MVP. If not Evan, Von Miller. If not Von Miller, Stafford or Burrow.
I think OBJ maybe has a better game than Cooper Kupp.
Ooh, X Factor.
You did say it. You said it months ago. You said it.
Yeah. It's crazy how little people are talking about OBJ before the Super Bowl, too.
He's been great in the playoffs.
He's been a key guy. He's been a good, he's done everything right since he's been there. And seems like he's taken the back seat and was enjoying it there. So we'll see. He could have a huge game.
Maybe the X Factor will be not a car, but a van down by the river Jefferson. I loved Van Jefferson coming out of the draft. I'm still pissed that we didn't get him, but it's not here right now. All right.
Yeah. All right, Tom, let's do it. Let's get out of here.
Let's do it. I'm done. Let's go. Perna, what do you got coming out today for the people?
Nothing.
What do you got coming out tomorrow for the people?
Nothing. I'm just going to be back for the Super Bowl stream. And then I'll have videos after the Super Bowl. Best and worst Monday. Maybe a Bengals or Lions tribute if one of them wins. Depends if I can get ahead.
I think one of them is gonna win. I think.
Yeah.
I think there's a really good chance that one of them wins.
That's fair. I
think there's a good chance. It's a good possibility.
Right. Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be putting out a reaction vid today. I don't remember which one.
Which team?
But I will.
Don't know.
I don't remember.
Just hit me up when you're ready for Broncos.
Oh, I will. Well, I'm waiting on that one because I need to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers. So I'm holding on to that one.
I've got a Broncos movie script that I'm waiting to kind of see how that plays out. Or movie trailer, if you will.
Okay. And then tomorrow night, it returns. NFL Bedtime Stories. 'Twas the night before the Super Bowl. I do it every year. We recap the entire season via rhyme, and it is a damn good time.
Wow.
See what I did there? But folks, we appreciate you tuning in throughout the entire season of GPS. We had over 2 million people check it out, which is wild in its first season. Crazy numbers. We'll be back here on Monday. Don't you worry. And then we'll have an idea, maybe hopefully of what GPS is going to look like in the off season. We'll still be around. We'll still do things. But make sure you check out the stream on Sunday as Brandon Perna and I are going to be streaming the Super Bowl. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination.